Excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? It's Canby, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. And oh man, you talk about one hell of a pay-per-view. Were there some duds? Yeah, but there was some emotional stuff too. And we're talking about AEW Revolution 2024 in Greensboro Coliseum, and in the Greensboro Coliseum. Excalibur, Tony, Nigel start off the show, and of course we switch out with Taz and JR and everything. And you talking about an emotional show, like, because of Sting's last match. I was really thinking about this at the end of the show. I was like, oh my God, this is officially goodbye to my childhood, with Sting officially hanging it up. You know, I thought that was the case when he went to WWE. It was like, oh my God, and it wasn't really a great run. But this is the night. This is the night we say goodbye. And that, so it was hard to say goodbye, you know. And I think of my great-grandfather, who loved wrestling, man. He loved it. And we watched the Hogans and Ricks and Sting and Dusties. And yeah, I got a little emotional tonight. I'm not going to lie. I actually really got emotional for this evening, just because it was definitely like saying goodbye. And they went out with a bang. That's all I can say. And I didn't know how AEW Revolution was going to go, because AEW itself has been trying to like find itself again, to be revolutionary, to be on top as one of the top promotions here in the world. You know, because they have to go against WWE. It's like you either do that or you either do this. And I think this pay-per-view is a revolution upon itself, because I think they found their voice again, and hopefully they keep their voice, because when Dynamite rolls around this next week, we got a new logo, we got a new look, we're probably going to have a new intro, and I think we re-sparked what they're looking for. Hopefully. I'm just saying that just because this pay-per-view was really, really great. I got to watch, let's start with the first match of the night. Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. I predicted Cage would win because Adam would interfere in some way, somehow. But he didn't, so I was wrong on that aspect, but I was right for Christian Cage to retain the championship. But I will not lie to you. For some reason, the Bleacher Report app went down, and I missed that match entirely. I was really pissed off about it. I went back and saw the highlights as the show was going on. During matches I was like not really invested in, and the matches I weren't invested in wasn't the case. So I went and I went back, and I was like, okay, see this. But Daddy Magic, of course, helps get rid of Kill Switch. Mommy and Daddy Magic kind of get into it and stuff like that. So a lot of cool things there. But Christian Cage retained the championship, and I got it right on that one. Then we go into Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. Wow. I thought this was the match that kind of set the tone for everything. But I was wrong. But this was one of those matches that I was really, really, really super invested in. And I was just like, oh my God. But I was wrong. I was so wrong on that, because I was just like, damn. Oh, man. But this match was great. But I was right on this one. Eddie Kingston retained, and he got his handshake, and he got his hand raised by Mr. Bryan Danielson, and I really appreciated that very, very much. But you talk about one hell of a slugfest, man. Kind of adding more to that Continental Crown Championship, and I loved every minute of it. So then we go into our next match here, and that is the AllStar 8-Man Scramble. It was okay. Like I said, show was great, but we had okay matches too. The 8-man scrambled eggs match. I was right. Wardlow got the win, and he will either face Samoa Joe, Hangman Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. And yeah, I knew Wardlow was going to win. It's just, it was a good match, what it was. You know, you have all these competitors, and there was a few moments in this match I thought Dante was really going to get the win, but he didn't. But it was a solid match. AEW International Championship match, Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. Phenomenal, but not the greatest match of the night. But Roderick Strong got the championship, adding more to the Undisputed Kingdom. So now they got some more gold in this clique and everything like that. But it wasn't Roderick Strong winning the championship. That was like, oh my God, because that's what I predicted and I was right about that. It was the return of Kyle O'Reilly, and with a different look, longer hair and everything like that. I was just like, oh my God, Kyle O'Reilly's back. And then for some reason, some part of me was like, is Bobby Fish back? You know, I got so excited about that, but it was a weird interaction. The Undisputed Kingdom, they're all out, the Kingdom's out there. They give him a shirt, and he looks at it, and then he whispers something in Roderick Strong's ear, then kind of drifts away. And I was like, oh, still homies, still best friends, but he does not want to be part of the Undisputed Kingdom. I wonder what he said. So more mystery to unfold there, right? And after that, we go into FTR versus Blackpool Combat Club. Oh, man. You talk about one of my favorite tag team matches of the year. I was wrong on this one. I'm really happy about that, but FTR did not win. BCC won, and they came out as a hawk and animal, paying tribute to the Road Warriors. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, but man, this was a back and forth battle and great tag team action. Oh, so I'm just a happy camper at this point, man. I'm just living in the moment of this pro wrestling awesomeness. And then we go into the AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. I was right on this one. Toni Storm kept the championship, but it was okay. It was okay. Like, Deonna Purrazzo did better in this match than she's done in other matches, so I will give her that. But Toni Storm got the win, and I was right about that. So, hey, I'm right. Can't go wrong with me being right. Now, next. Oh my God, I gotta brace myself for this just because Konosuke Takeshita versus Will Osprey was the match of the night, of the evening. It topped everything, even everything that followed. Even everything that followed was really fucking awesome. Oh my God, this is probably Takeshita's best match in AEW. Even though he had a banger with Kenny Omega, but Will Osprey pulled something out of that dude that I have not seen before. Like, I do like Takeshita, and this was like the epitome of like, oh my God, this dude can really go. And Will Osprey pulled that out of him. You talk about a battle. Even everyone stood and applauded and like brought everyone to their feet because this match was that fucking awesome match of the year, man. Oh, like I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not trying to tell you like, oh my God, and this match is the match of the night. Out of all the matches I did not give a fuck about, this was the match I didn't give a fuck about until I saw this match, and I was like, these two went to town, and oh my God, like, you need to watch this match. I was texting everybody. I was like, yo, if I die right now, and I saw this match, this is the match, and I'm okay with that because this match is amazing. Takesha's best match in AEW by far. And thank you. And Will won, and so I got that right, which made me even more happy. Then we went into the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm glad they let Sting finish. The match was okay. I wasn't really a fan of the ending with Joe choking out Hangman. And that's what I mean. You got such a match that was between Takeshita and Will Ospreay. And it was like, man, all right, bitches, let's top this. You can't. So everything else after this was like, okay, at least we got 2 matches to go through. The World Heavyweight Championship, Joe retains. I got that right. And Hangman was crying. Not Hangman, Swerve was crying, sorry. But Hangman was choked out. And JR, this is when JR got on commentary. And yeah, it was okay. It was really okay. It was a fun match. But I did not like the ending. I really didn't, because Swerve was so close enough. He could have done something. I think that's the thing about it that I really didn't like. Like, Swerve was close enough to end this, and he didn't do anything. And it was just one of those things where I was like, I really enjoyed it, but I did not like the finish. So, all right, and next up now, what we're here for. The Young Bucks versus Sting and Darby Allin. Oh, I will tell you this. They get Ric Flair out there. I'm like, okay, Ric Flair's here. And I was wrong on my pick here for the win. Because I thought, like, all old school guys always think this. You go out on your back. And that wasn't the case. Because Sting and Darby retained the championship. So they're probably just going to forfeit the championship or something like that. But when Flair came out, I was like, oh, that's cool. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat came out. I was like, oh my God. That's so cool. And both of them got involved in the match. And Darby took this crazy fucking spot into the glass. And even Sting wasn't holding back. He was taking those things. But the thing that made me really go was kind of a psych out, but he had his kids dress up like former past him of himself with the blonde hair and everything like that. And his kid comes out first with the blonde hair shaved and everything. He's like, oh, I'm like, is this how you're going out as your old self? But no, I was like, okay. Then his son came out, dressed up with the red paint and everything. Then Sting came out, black and white Sting. And I was like, oh. But there was this really beautiful package before where he's sitting in a theater, he's watching his career and everything like that. And I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. And you talk about a balls to the wall match, and Sting gave his all, and they won. I was kind of like, but okay, I'll give him that. And he started talking at the end. The one thing I will tell you that kind of made me mad was he even said it. I'm getting cues, y'all. I'm getting cues. So you know how that goes. And everything like that. So, good stuff, though. Talk about one, and I was texting my brother. I was like, man, this is like saying goodbye to my childhood. Literally saying goodbye to my childhood. Because my great-grandfather who loved Sting and everything like that. And it was an emotional night. I honestly, even though there was a couple moments in the show, solid 5 out of 5 for Revolution. And the next pay-per-view was April 21st. Dynasty. We got a whole new look for Dynamite this Wednesday, and I'm very excited. So, out of everything, I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of 9. That's not bad. That was not bad. And we had a great kickoff show as well. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang versus Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Singh, and the Private Party. We also have Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander versus Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Good stuff, man. And I had a good time, even though I was kind of pissed off about the starting when the Bleacher Report app went down. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Were you emotional as I was? Because there was a dude in the crowd they panned to, and he was crying. But great show. 5 out of 5 for real, man. I'm probably going to go back and rewatch that Takeshita and Will Osprey match because that's the match of the night for me. Like and subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Still the champ. A lot of credit goes to Daniel Garcia.
Highway robbery by Christian Cage and the Patriarchy here tonight in Greensboro.